So I have like I said, I have clients everywhere, and so I would never want to give any information about any particulars about a client that would make them someone be able to understand who it was that I'm talking about. But I do have some clients with relatively high net worth. And this one particular client, it was actually a client that I didn't originally write the life insurance, but over the years we wrote some insurance on him, and it was all term insurance. He was a guy who was probably worth, when I started working with him, maybe $10 million. And we weren't super worried about any estate tax issues. We were just worried about spousal protection, basically. He had a little bit of debt in growing his business, and so I think we wrote $3 million of term life insurance. And it was convertible term, which means that you could convert it to permanent insurance. But over the years, this particular company, they did not want to offer convertible term anymore, even though it was they were contractually obligated to offer a conversion option. They designed their conversion option to be so expensive that no one would ever use it. So it became useless. And so as I watched this company make that change, I thought of this client and thought maybe we should relook at his insurance. And lo and behold, his estate had grown to roughly $60 million. And so all the while, the exemptions, the estate tax exemptions, the lifetime exemptions were increasing. And so, the exemptions went from $1 million up to 10 million and grew from there. But he still had a very taxable estate. And also in this particular state, there was also a estate tax. And so it became an issue we wanted to look at for estate liquidity. So this particular client, we applied for, I think, $10 million of term insurance and came back at preferred non-tobacco. It was a good rate, good company, good conversion privileges. But this guy he's a friend of mine. Actually, most of my clients become friends of mine, but he is a character because he said, you know what, if I stopped drinking beer a little bit and lost 10 pounds, I probably could get preferred plus. And then my rate would go down another 5 or 6%. And on $10 million a term, it was $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever. So I said, well, maybe we should purchase this insurance and then you can work on that and we can take another exam later. But he didn't want to really do that, and it was up to him to do, to make that choice. He made the choice to wait. And so he said, give me 3 or 4 months, I'll stop drinking beer. And he wasn't an alcoholic, but he just, had a little tiny bit of a beer gut that he thought he could lose that 10 pounds. And so I came back to him about almost a year later, and we did the life insurance exam, and because it was enough insurance, they did a resting EKG, and he came back with a little bit of a wonky EKG. And he went to the doctor and found out that he had just a slight heart issue because of our insurance exam had uncovered this issue. And now he was going to be no longer preferred, period. There was no longer a preferred option. Forget ultra preferred or preferred. Now he was going to be table 2. So life insurance is interesting. I mean, I think it's interesting anyway. You've got preferred rates, standard rates, and you have table rates, which are below standard to accommodate all levels of health of people, down to table 16. And each table rating is 25% of standard, more premium than standard. So now he was going to be 150% of standard. And so the rate differential from preferred to now this table 2 was huge. So he said, I'm not going to do that. I'll try to get this heart thing under control and we'll try to get back up to standard. So we did that. We waited a couple years, and in the meantime, he developed prostate cancer. And so he had his prostate removed. It was successful, no problem. But now, table 2 is probably the best he'll ever get, if not table 4 standard. And so all the while, his $3 million policy termed out. He has $1 million left of a non-convertible term that's going to expire in a year or 2. And this is on an estate that's $60 million. So when you're talking 40% of anything over $26 million, that's some pretty easy math to know that you're in trouble. And that's what the math is. It's $16 million of tax or $18 million of federal tax plus the state. And so it becomes a liquidity event that would force a liquidation if this gentleman dies. And so it's actually pretty dire. So the point of this whole story is, if you know you have an insurance need, buy the insurance. Don't wait around for some optimal situation that most likely will never come. Oftentimes we think we're going to get healthier, and sometimes we do get healthier, but generally people get, let's just say, less insurable as they get older. Their insurability does not improve. So one of my jobs, and maybe even how I failed a little bit in this particular situation, was I was not able to get that guy to move on that insurance as he should have when he had that preferred rate. And now that option, for forever is gone. And so anyway, when you need the insurance and you have an offer and you've been able to quantify what the need is and you know you need it,